Hello students, welcome to the statistics class. In today's session, we shall discuss about a frequency distribution. So while explaining quantitative classification, we came across two examples here. So in this example, observe this table. So there is a row which represents the height, different heights, and another row which represents number of students having these heights. This data is of 50 students, and all the 50 students will be having different heights. So their heights have been again categorized into these respective heights. So 140 to 150 centimeters, 150 to 160, 160 to 170, 170 to 180. So six students belong to this category, 140 to 150. That is, six students have heights between 140 and 150 centimeter. 24 students have height between 150 and 160 centimeter. 18 students have height between 160 and 170 centimeter, and two students have height between 170 and 180 centimeter. This tabular presentation is called as a frequency distribution. Another example here, number of apples per box. This row represents boxes with possible number of apples, and this row gives us the number of boxes containing these number of apples. 5 boxes contains 5 apples each in the box. 8 boxes contain 6 apples each. 13 boxes contain 7 apples. Uh, 10 boxes contain 8 apples each. 6 boxes contain 9 apples each, and 3 boxes contain 10 apples each. So there are total 45 boxes. So in that, these are the number of boxes that contain these number of apples in them. Okay. So example 1 and example 2 are the good examples of a frequency distribution. Then what is a frequency distribution? Let us look at the definition here. A frequency distribution is a systematic presentation of the value taken by a variable along with their frequencies. Let us come back to that example now. So the definition was, a frequency distribution is systematic presentation of the value taken by a variable. Here the number of apple per boxes is a variable, say x. So x varies between 5 and 10. So lowest value is 5 and highest value is 10. That is, the minimum number of apples in a box is 5 and the maximum number of apples in a box is 10. Number of apple per box, it is a variable here. Okay. Along with their frequencies. So if this is a variable, number of boxes is a frequency. How many boxes contains 5 apples each? 5 boxes. How many boxes contains 6 apples each? 8 boxes. So here number of apple per box is a variable and number of boxes is your frequency. Look at this example here, height. Okay. The minimum height, the smallest height in this group of 50 students is 140 centimeter, and the largest is 180 centimeter. So this has been again categorized into so many number of groups. Okay, height here is the variable. The variable values differ between 140 and 180. Number of students means the frequency, repetition. That is, 6 students are having the height between 140 and 150. 2 students are having the height between 170 and 180. Height here is a variable and the number of students is a frequency. So this together is a frequency distribution, that is systematic presentation of variable and their respective frequencies. Then what is a frequency? Frequency refers to the number of times an observation is repeated. Let us again go back to the example. Here, the variable value 5. Okay. So this 5 repeats 5 times. That is, 5 boxes contain 5 apples, or the number of times you get 5 apples in a box, that will be 5 times. 8 boxes contains 6 apples. Okay. 5, 8, 13, 10, 6, 3. These are the repetitions. Okay. That is number of apples in a box, 5. So this repeats 5 times. 6. This repeats 8 times. 7. This repeats 13 times. This means you have 5 boxes containing 5 apples. 8 boxes containing 6 apples. 13 boxes containing 7 apples. 10 boxes containing 8 apples, 6 boxes containing 9 apples, and 3 boxes containing 10 apples. So 5, 8, 13, 10, 6 and 3 are your frequencies. These are the repetitions of the respective variable value. Okay. The number of observations corresponding to a particular class is known as class frequency. Class frequency is a positive integer including 0. Here 5 is called as a class frequency. 8 is called a class frequency. Or here 6 is a class frequency. The 6 belongs to this class. 24 belongs to this class. 18 belongs to this class. 2 belongs to this class. So each of them separately are called class frequencies. While framing a frequency distribution, if class intervals are not considered, then it is called as a discrete frequency distribution. So if you have a distribution where there are single numbers like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or here 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. They are particular numbers. So if you have variable values as particular numbers, then such a distribution is called discrete frequency distribution. Okay. In the first chapter, you might have studied about discrete variable. Please again refer to the some basic concepts video uh, where I have explained about different types of variables, that is discrete variable and continuous variable. So there you hear the word discrete. So discrete means like this: after 0 directly 1, after 1 directly 2, after 2 directly 3. Okay, so there is one number after the other. Okay, now an example is given here: the number of families according to the number of children. So number of children here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of families having these many number of children, that is 10 families have 0 children, 40 families have 1 children, 80 families have 2 children. So like this, all these are the frequencies of the respective variable values. So total number of families is 680. So this 680 is divided into distribution like this. Okay, this is called as a discrete frequency distribution. Next, while framing a frequency distribution, if class interval are considered, it is called as a continuous frequency distribution. Here weight, so 30 to 40, it is a range. Okay, so those in 130, those who belongs to the weight between 30 and 40, so their weight might be 31, 32, 33, 34, so on up till 39. So 10 such people belong to this group, 15 such people belong to this group, 40 such belongs to this group. So if class intervals, if intervals means like this, when there is a range, that is lowest value and highest value, the difference between lowest value and highest value is very large, then we break the data into these smaller sub ranges. Okay, they are called as class intervals. We shall discuss this definition in the later parts. So this type of a distribution is called as a continuous distribution. So these are the two types of distributions, that is discrete frequency distribution and continuous frequency distribution.